Well, good morning, everyone. It's great to be here in Dublin and to have the opportunity to talk about the Target program. Now, if you're ready for a talk about the importance of clean water and the wonderful project we are supporting in Cambodia, I'm going to disappoint you. I have given a talk like that a few times in the past 2 years, and I think that everyone is really aware of those facts. Instead, I would like to focus on FACO's clubs and share with you some of the different things clubs have done to raise money and awareness for the Target program. Now, I just got an update on the amount donated, and it is almost $96,000. Now, what, you may ask, have clubs done to raise such an amazing amount of money? Because clubs are so different, there isn't one idea that would work equally well in all clubs. But while there's not one thing that is perfect for all clubs, there is something that will work in every club. So I encourage you right now to get out a pen and paper and listen to the successful activities other clubs have planned. Be inspired and jot down any ideas you think might work at your club. And if something sounds intriguing, note the name of the club and ask and the activity and ask for details later. Let me start my Clubs on Target with news from AILO Florence, who celebrated Valentine's Day in style with a FACO fundraiser dinner dance. The mood was set by festively decorating the room. Music was already playing as the guests arrived, and they got right out onto the dance floor to do the foxtrot, waltz, and two-step to familiar tunes. There were also students from the Atelier de Danse present who helped to get everyone on the floor. A delicious four-course meal was served, and the evening proceeded with dining, dancing, talking, and laughing. A few months later, the Florence Club once again held a themed dinner dance, this time with a Bollywood theme. Okay, this isn't quite right. Oh dear. Okay, this is right. The same location was decorated with elephants and colorful napkins, and candles decorated the tables. Many club members had gone to great lengths in sorting out their Indian dress. Who could have guessed there were so many saris in Florence? Even the men took the trouble to wrap their heads in turban-like attire to join in the fun. The food, prepared by 2 AILO members, was delicious, and Sabina, the Bollywood dancer, kept people entertained by dancing to Indian music. In between courses, there was a Bollywood quiz, a door prize drawing, and a lottery. The event was very popular, and there were many requests to repeat this evening, which raised 1,600 euros for the Target project. Next, we go all the way to Shanghai, where the AWC Shanghai works hard, socializes, learns new things, and has fun together. The money they raised for the Target project this year was a surplus from their many activities during the year. Among the activities they did were a casino evening, caring activities such as making fleece pillows and creating a garden, learning Chinese calligraphy, a trip to Nanzan, and the Thrive Book Club. They have donated $1,600, and Shanghai's president, Kay Haynes, writes, "We are happy to join our global sisters for the common cause of our Target program. With appreciation for what we have and for sharing with others, may a simple drink of cool, clean water brighten the day for many." AWA Dubai's major means of collecting money for philanthropy comes from their annual gala. This yearly event centers on a particular theme and is held at one of the 5-star hotels in Dubai. During their gala, there is a silent auction combined with sponsorship sales, generates a rather substantial amount of money. AWC Dubai also planned the first ever regional in fascinating Region 9. Water was the main theme of meetings on the first day, with the speaker on local water challenges as well as a presentation on the Target program. The ladies broke into small groups afterwards and were asked to list as many water-saving tips as possible. The result was a long and creative list, and the organizers encouraged clubs to select 1 or 2 items that they would pledge as a club to change in their water habits. with the Region 9 initiative being an ultimate goal. Now this brings water awareness to new levels. Melissa Mash, Falco rep of the American Women of Surrey, told about Falco and the Water Target Project at a club meeting and sold umbrellas with a twist before and after the meeting. The black umbrellas have a white skyline of either London or New York City on them. The twist is that when they get wet, the skylines change color. They had great fun with a squirt bottle, demonstrating this unique product. And for every umbrella sold, the company donated £5 to the water project. In Saudi Arabia, the American women of the Eastern Province held a raffle for their quilt titled Waters of the World and raised over $2,000 for the Target project. Unfortunately, I don't know what their quilt looked like, but I do like these two. At the German regional plant by AWC Berlin, the club organized a water fundraiser for the Target program. Robin Goldsby, member of AWC Cologne, did a reading from her new book and gave a piano recital. A €10 donation was asked of those attending, and Robin also donated €5 from every CD sold. The evening raised €235, which is a great result for a club with only 35 members. The American Women's Group, along with Oorschot, is very active in promoting awareness and raising funds for the Target project. They designate a water month each year, and the groups within the club incorporate the theme of water into their activity for the month. For example, the walking group took their walk near a body of water, and the outings group visited the Montpellier water treatment plant. Club members have gone to 2 water-themed movies as activities. The first film, Water Makes Money, is a documentary about big water companies, while the second film, The Source, focuses on women in a remote African village who went on a sex strike against having to fetch water from a distant well. That would really start a conversation. The club had a soup tasting fundraiser with 6 different soups. They also put water on the agenda of the Region 3 Mediterranean Mixer in September 2011. The ambitious ladies of this club also organized a bluegrass concert as a Target fundraiser last October. The musicians donated their performance and additional donations were solicited. Just last month, 2 club members planned a Mardi Gras themed fundraising dinner. The venue was decorated with lots of throws from Mardi Gras with beads for all 18 guests. There were New Orleans cocktails and a scala of delicious Cajun food, all with Louisiana hot sauce optional, of course. Entertainment was provided by French friends who volunteered to come and play Cajun music. People paid for the meal and bought raffle tickets for a New Orleans-themed food basket. And if that isn't enough, they converted an empty dispenser-sized water bottle into something that people have been throwing change and bills in all year. The North American Connection in England had a raffle at one of their coffee mornings, with a silk scarf from the conference in Marrakesh being the prize. This was especially appropriate since it was NAC member Sunny Ease who designed the beautiful scarf. The idea was a great success, and they raised enough money in 1 hour to build a $150 family well. While I hope that clubs will support our Target project in Cambodia, some clubs already have a relationship with another organization. The AIWC Genoa is just such a club. In 2010, they donated €1,000 to an organization that is digging wells in Kenya. They have continued to support the digging of wells in Kenya, but have also donated to the Target project. Genoa member Andy Simone organized a gastronomic bingo, which brought the first money for the Target project into the foundation. This fun fundraiser began in the morning, with members paying €15 to play 3 games of bingo. All the prizes were food items. Some were donated, some baked, and others were just fruit and veggies. My own club, AWC The Hague, has donated to the Target project by holding 2 helping handbag auctions. The purse auction is an eagerly anticipated annual event at my club, and we held our 4th handbag auction in the afternoon. A lively time was had by all. We started with a little introduction to the project in Cambodia and a story about one of the families we have helped with a well. Bidding was usually good, but if it got slow, we reminded everyone that 100% of the money raised goes to the target project, so a new purse can be acquired completely guilt-free. We, like many other clubs, have a holiday bazaar, and our Falco rep sold target project tree ornaments for a €5 donation. Now, the ornaments were not particularly water-oriented, but were accompanied by a small card giving information on the Wells project in Cambodia. An even better idea is to sell the beautiful small silk heart or dragonfly ornaments made by the Tabitha Cottage Crafts, not only raising money for digging wells, but benefiting the Cambodian women who make these items. And by the way, some of these ornaments will be available at the member showcase after lunch this afternoon, so take a look at them. AWC Malmo planned a Region 2 meeting in September 2011, and water was prominent on their agenda. Environment co-chair Kara Fairchild gave an interesting talk about the importance and true cost of water, with Environment Task Force member Clarice Scott contributing the thought-provoking blue marble demonstration. Since the Malmo Club had done such an excellent job of planning this fun and successful regional, one of the clubs attending donated a family well in Malmo's name. What a wonderful way to commemorate a job well done, or any other milestone in life. Cav Balfour, the Falco rep from AWC Perth in Western Australia, sends great news about her club's target involvement. Club members thought that raising funds for the water project would be a good reason to resurrect their AWC quilting group. The ladies started meeting in August and began working on an Aussie-themed quilt to raffle at their club's annual Thanksgiving dinner. They sold raffle tickets at other events well before the quilt was completed, and in the end raised $1,000. With weekly quilting parties, the project was also a great friendship-building exercise, and they were all pleased and proud to be able to make this contribution. Members from AWC Lebanon recently attended the Region 9 gathering, where much of the agenda focused on water, and the Lebanon ladies went home inspired. So much so that one of their members made a very generous $1,000 donation to the club for the target project. Another member's son and his colleague donate €1 for every mile they travel on business, and have decided to donate that money to the target project in AWC Lebanon's name. It is great that AWC Lebanon's interest in the target program has resulted in these donations. There are all kinds of ways to support our water target, and spreading the word is one of the best. Even though AWC Hamburg says they are more a social club than a philanthropic club, they can raise their fair share of cash for a good cause. Due to the fact that they are unable to donate money to organizations not registered in Germany, this dynamic club supports the Integrated Tribal Watershed Development Program, a Jesuit mission-run project in India, which club member Ulrika Hen has been supporting for quite a few years. The Hamburg Club also supports the Maria Kramer Foundation, which is helping to build a well for a girls' school in Nepal. The club does their fundraising in a number of different ways, and their Bunko game night has become a favorite moneymaker. Members each pay €10 to play for the evening, and there are prizes for the winners, food for all, and everyone has a roaring good time. The club also held a profitable silent auction and a book sale, as well as selling raffle tickets for a well-deserved desserts type of activity at their Thanksgiving family potluck dinner. 2 children of club members, aged 12 and 13, took over the task of selling raffle tickets, and all were sold out in no time. On a side note, a means has been found for German clubs to donate to Falco's water project, so clubs can now donate to the target project or remain supportive of the very worthwhile water projects that have become their own. The American International Women's Club of Cologne celebrated their 50th anniversary in 2011 and held a gala to mark this milestone. Since the club traditionally supported a local charity, the challenge was to interest members in a cause with a wider reach, and Falco's target program was chosen. The Cologne board decided to fully sponsor the Right to Food and Water DG, with any additional funds raised going to other water projects. Now, in the past, gala fundraising had always included a silent auction, but this year, instead of auctioning dozens of small ticket items, the head of their charity committee auctioned a handful of very exclusive products and services in a public session. During the evening, club president Julie Holter spoke passionately about Falco and the Target Water Program. The Cologne Club raised over 5,700 euros at their gala. In addition to the funds needed to underwrite the foundation DG, the Cologne Club contributed to water projects in India and Uganda. Next, we go to South America, where the AWC Bogota held a morning of health and handbags to benefit the Target program. The morning included a presentation on stem cells and a Helping Handbags auction. Those attending were all very interested in Falco's Wells for Clean Water project, and their newly acquired handbags resulted in $970 being raised to dig wells in Cambodia. The American Women's Association of Rome hosted Wine for Water, a fundraiser where more than 50 AWAR members, family, and friends turned wine tasting into water for families in Cambodia. With the backdrop of the thermal baths at La Mas de San Sisto, graciously provided by an AWAR member, guests enjoyed the sunny weather with an American barbecue, music, and wine tasting. Musical entertainment was provided by the band of the son of a club member. The expenses for the event were covered by AWAR members, so that the €30 donation to participate went to the Target project in its entirety, raising over $13,000 in total. At the Barcelona Women's Network, the Falco Committee decided to make and sell Wells for Clean Water certificates, and they launched this project at their October meeting. Arlene Howard, the club's Falco rep, gave a short Target PowerPoint and wrote, "You could have heard a pin drop when I did the presentation." After the PowerPoint, the committee stood up and came to the front waving the certificates. They sold 330 euros of certificates at that meeting, so we're off to a great start. The committee will sell the certificates throughout the year, and their big purchase time was at the club's holiday bazaar. The certificates are a personalized version of the original certificate from the Falco Foundation, which can be found on the foundation website. They sell the certificates for €5, and the donor also receives a brief summary of the project. Certificates also make meaningful birthday, anniversary, and holiday gifts. Now, a word is in order here about the BWN Falco Committee. It is a committee of 5 club members, 1 Italian, 1 British Nigerian, 1 Canadian, and 2 Americans, and they all have Falco fever. They share the work and the fun of bringing Falco into their club. The AWC of Korea has also made donations to water projects. While this club has considerable fundraising skills, the funds raised are generally donated to projects supported by U.S. forces in Korea and local Korean community projects. However, they did hold a successful Helping Handbag auction at their club in May 2010 and earmarked 30% of the proceeds to be donated specifically toward Oxfam's water projects in Haiti to help support the building of a sustainable water system in that country. AWA Vienna President Lori Richardson asked Robin Malloy Goldsby, Falco's musically talented Wonder Woman, about working together on a fundraiser for the Target program. Robin enthusiastically agreed and suggested that Lori talk to Steinway House Vienna about a venue. Since Robin is on the Steinway artist roster, they were quick to agree, and voila! AWA Vienna had a free space in a very glamorous setting. At a cocktail reception before the performance, raffle tickets for donated prizes were sold and silent auction bids placed on several luxury items. About 60 club members and friends attended this successful fundraiser. By the way, Robin would be happy to do a similar program for your club, so talk to her at the member showcase this afternoon about the possibility. AWC Bern has decided to raise money exclusively for the Falco Foundation and the Target program this year, and are using the 144 envelope project, an easy-to-do idea on the foundation website. Picture a wall or a table with envelopes numbered from 1 to 144. The goal of the fundraising drive is to fill each envelope with a dollar value or other currency corresponding to the number on the envelope. Now, if the envelopes are all filled, your fundraising efforts will net a whopping $10,000, euros, yens, or whatever you put in. The Bern ladies have brought the envelopes to all of their functions this year: their newcomers fondue, Thanksgiving luncheon, and holiday luncheon, and all the money from their annual bingo night has been added to the envelopes. They're hoping to fill all the envelopes by the end of their club year and are well on their way. The American Women's Group of Paris, led by Falco Rep Claudette de Groot, did an amazing job for the Target project, raising over $15,000 in 4 months. They launched their fundraising endeavor at their September meeting with the goals of increasing awareness about water, educating about the Target project in Cambodia, and giving everyone a chance to contribute. Claudette spoke with an environmental consulting group based in the US who loved the idea of American women living in Paris and raising money for Cambodia. They offered the club a $3,000 challenge contribution if they raised the same amount by the end of 2011. There was a lot of water awareness information given in the club's weekly e-newsletters and monthly bulletins, as well as at membership gatherings. Members were given different options to contribute. There was a change for Cambodia water bottle at club events to put coins in. For $20, members could become an AWG well-wisher. It was more fun to ask people if they had become a well-wisher than asking if they had contributed yet. And 3 special water events were organized where all fees went to the Target project. A water photography class with a professional photographer, a well-deserved desserts event at a cooking school in Paris, and a mini yoga for water retreat for an afternoon of relaxation and yoga. Their Target efforts were fun and culminated in AWG Paris nominating Tabitha founder Jan Ritzkas for the Initiative for Economic Development Award sponsored by Veuve Clicquot Champagne House. She was chosen and came to Paris to receive the award at the AWG Gala in February. The American Women's Club of Dusseldorf donated 4,000 euros to the Integrated Tribal and Watershed Development Program, the organization which is also supported by the AWCs of Hamburg and Cologne. The program provides access to clean water in rural villages in India. A sophisticated system of trenches, dams, and other structures are made, followed by a planting program to prevent erosion. As groundwater retention increases, the brown arid soil blooms green and crops can be grown to provide income. In October 2011, the Dusseldorf Club also made use of the possibility of donating to the Target project by going through a German foundation, which then passed the money on to Tabitha. Last 4th of July, the AWC of Gothenburg hosted a Give a Latte Fika, fika being a break for coffee and something sweet in Swedish. The idea was simple. Come enjoy a social cup of coffee with friends and donate the cost of your beverage, or the entire bill, to the Target Water Project. The goal for the day was to raise enough money for one family well. They very happily raised more than enough, and combined with the personal fundraising campaign of a member, raised enough for one field well, $250. They were very happy with the outcome and plan to hold this type of relaxed fundraiser again. In addition, AWC Gothenburg asked to apply $70 of the rebate due them for the web hosting program last year to Oxfam's relief efforts in Haiti following the 2010 earthquake. AWO Moscow held their first Helping Handbags auction at their standard club meeting spot, the Hard Rock Cafe in Moscow. The auctioneer for this event was Marilee Watts, and auction she did. They had a great time bidding on the gently used bags and raising money for the children, an oft-repeated line used by the auctioneer. At the end of their fundraiser, they had raised $1,800, and the Moscow ladies were thrilled to have achieved such results in their first attempt at this type of a fundraiser. When water was announced as Falco's target issue at the Boston conference in 2010, AWC Luxembourg went right home and started fundraising. This dynamic club organized a target fundraiser in May 2010, hosting a sommelier who led the wine tasters from the club through a variety of Italian wines that were auctioned off throughout the evening. In September 2010, the club planned a Clean Water for Life charity cocktail, where they continued increasing their members' awareness of the precious nature of water. In February 2011, a Valentine's luncheon was held, and the very lively group of 40 women raised 500 euros in just 2 hours. In May 2011, Falco rep Kathleen Bouchard organized the Clean Water Cultural Evening at her home. The evening provided entertainment, art, food, and drinks, and raised close to 2,500 euros. The evening's success came not only from club members, spouses, and friends who organized and attended the event, but also from a talented set of painters and musicians. Beautiful water-related songs were performed, and 3 talented artists displayed their works in 3 separate rooms of the house, which had been transformed into galleries for the event. All the artists were on hand to promote their work, all of which was for sale. Finger food and drinks for the elegant evening were partially catered and partially provided by members. Flyers with photographs from Cambodia were displayed, giving information on the problems faced by the Cambodians and the positive effects of building the wells. During a short speech, the Falco rep also spoke about these issues and the positive impact that the evening's guests could have on the lives of the Cambodians. The Association of American Wives of Europeans in Paris celebrated their club's 50th anniversary last year, and the club was completely focused on those celebrations. This has resulted in, as yet, modest contributions to the Targeted Water Project. Their donations to date come from an ongoing collection in their office space, plus a surcharge on some events earmarked for the water project. One of those events was a visit club members took to the beautiful reception rooms in the Paris City Hall, or Hotel de Ville. The Benvenuto Club of Milan employed quite a simple way to support the Target program by holding a special collection for the Wells for Clean Water project at their monthly December meeting. In addition to the funds collected there, another member sold home